Hey, anybody seen Mike Millz? If anybody knows what Mike Millz is, tell him to come here. Has he been around? Has he gone live? Somebody update me. What's been going on with that? I just want to talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I just want to know how he's doing, that's all. Hope everything's all right. Hey, one person. Drop down and say hello. Don't stay up in the bushes. I know who that was. I know who that was. They do the same shit all the time. You think I don't know that was you, huh? Okay. You back again? Don't think I don't know who you are. Come on, drop down in the chat and say hello. Come on, I'm waiting for you to do your little number that you do. Come on. Come on, I'm waiting. Anyway, hello, two people. Drop down in the chat and say hi. Or if you know where Mike Millz is, tell him to come on in the chat. I just want to chat with him, see how he's doing. So then they went and signed on from 2 different accounts just to do a disappearing act. What a fucking idiot you are. Oh boy, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. Is anything new? Can somebody fill me in? Is Mike Millz trying to get his lick back? Has he moved on to greener pastures? Is he in LA still arguing? I'm just real curious. Ugh. I hope he's feeling better. Hello, one person. You want to come in the chat, fill me in what's going on with Mike Millz? Can you tell him to come here? I just want to see how he's doing. Process some things with him. You know, I'd like to know, what was he thinking? And will he ever go and pull up on somebody again? And is it worth pulling up on somebody over YouTube bullshit anyway? I mean, I heard he got mad because LA put out his address. But hasn't he put out people's addresses before, Mike Millz? Hasn't he done the same thing as somebody else? Maybe even to LA, I'm not sure. But I know he has. So I don't understand, why do you get mad at somebody doing something to you that you've done either to that person or somebody else? You've done the same shit. I don't know. But I was thinking earlier today, why did the Lord allow Mike Mills get his ass beat like that? By LA of all people. I was pondering that for a few moments today. Could it be the wicked shit he's done to Jamila? Although Jamila's too stupid to know or realize that a lot of wicked shit was done to her by Mike. But i.e. putting up pictures of him pissing in her mouth. And hell, forget about putting up pictures about it. Pissing in her mouth, period. Could it be the shit he's done? Took pictures of a house. Put up videos of us sucking his toes. Go over there, screw it, and come back on YouTube and go live and tell all her business. He did some really ugly shit to Jamila, even if Jamila can't see that was some ugly shit. You can't treat people fucked up and then think, you just gonna slide on by and karma ain't gonna knock your ass out. It's the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Mike did a lot of grimy shit. Maybe the Lord had your ass beat for threatening to, what would you say, Monty's daughter? That shit you said you would do to her. God don't like when you fuck with children. You better read the word. He said, if anyone offends any of these little ones, it is better that you put a millstone around your neck and cast your ass into the sea. Because he'll have Lamar knock your ass out. I mean, really. It's stupid. 9 times out of 10, when somebody goes to somebody's house to fight them, 9 times out of 10, that person who shows up usually gets beat the fuck down. Very seldom is a victor the one who goes to somebody's house to fight. Very seldom. So, in the grand scheme of things, I really don't have anything against anyone in these sectors, except for one person. But other than that, none of y'all really ever, not Lamar, not even Mike Mills. I can go on and on the list of people I've argued with, which wasn't too many actually. But nobody truly went out of their way trying to really hurt and destroy me. It's just all jokes. We just talk shit. I think, that's the understanding. And, I'm cool with that. And I wish everybody had that attitude, that mentality. It's just shit talking and jokes. Sometimes it's more shit talking than jokes. But it is what it is. Leave it on fucking YouTube. So, oh, hey, city boy. Have you seen Mike Millz? Is he all right? Has he been around? Do you know? So, as I was saying, keep shit on YouTube. Apparently, Mike was really hurt by his address being exposed. So what? If your address is exposed, so most people ain't gonna come to your house to fight you. Most people with sense. I mean, okay, so Clifton Rainey showed up. It was Halloween. Did he do anything to you? All he did was say, trick or treat, motherfucker, when you opened the door. And then he ran to the car. You know? Had Miss Raz there with the cell phone. You know, stupid shit. You know, nothing to really. It was just silliness and being silly. You know? But for the most part, most people don't come to your house because they really want to hurt you. Or they really want to fight. They might know where you live, but people ain't showing up. Most people. The majority of people. Unless you're, excuse me, Jim. But what does he do? Well, he does try to poison people's dogs. And he's not a really good example. He's in a crazy ass class by himself. Bad example. Let me think of somebody else who showed up. Why can't I think? Somebody help me out. But yeah, most of the time, it's just bullshit. So leave the bullshit on YouTube. And you know, everybody got cameras, everybody records everything. And you know, now that it's on the internet, it's never gonna go away. And all of that could have been avoided, and it should have never happened. So your address got exposed. And again, although Cliff showed up to your house, he didn't show up to beat your ass, because if that's what he wanted to do, he probably would have punched you in your face the minute you opened the door. He didn't do none of that. So, you know, you should have just let it go. Or not gotten your car to drive 2.5 hours. You got your ass beaten and you had to drive 2.5 hours all the way back home with a beaten ass. And then it's all on YouTube. The internet. Surprised it ain't on WorldStar. You know? So the gist of what I'm trying to say is, everything does not require a response. It really doesn't. You know, too many people who have shit to lose, y'all sure be putting that shit in jeopardy with people who ain't got nothing to lose. I think about, what's his name? ghetto intellect. Wasn't he like an accountant for a university or something? Yeah, pretty nice, decent job. You got living expenses to take care of and a wife and maybe some kids. I don't know. But to have that shit taken away from you or having to resign or be terminated because of some YouTube shit, what is wrong? See, I stay in my lane. You know, I don't fuck with people. I don't fuck with people no further than talking shit and cracking jokes. Because this is how this sector started. That's what it was about. Roasting. You know? But as far as doing shit to hurt somebody, no. In the other sector, there's a sector called the Mo3 sector, y'all might know about. But apparently, I don't really have the full story, but I'm surmising that somebody had a baby, a 2-year-old probably, and if I'm not mistaken, they hung themselves on the blinds and died. And that happened to one of my nephews. When did this happen? In the late 90s. Yeah, maybe, or mid 90s. But he was 2 years old and got caught up in the cords and the blinds. And, thank God, he was caught in time. Rushed to the hospital, was in the hospital for a while. And he kind of like lost his speech. Like prior to the accident, he was, saying a few words. But then after the accident, you just couldn't understand him. And I mean, this went on, into his teenage years. But today, how old is he? About 20, 21? He speaks perfectly. It's all good. No brain damage or anything. He's living a normal life. And accidents like that happen all the time. That's why if you got blinds with them cords on it, you need to replace them with some cordless blinds, or take them cords and roll them up to the top of the blinds where kids can't get to it, because it's easy to become entangled in that shit. But anyway, so there's someone in the Mo3 sector who've had that experience, but from what I understand, her baby didn't survive. And they were beefing with somebody, and that person was, I can't, it was so disgusting. And I didn't hear it live. I heard ZX playing it today. And that person was mocking, I'll just say it was mocking the death of the child. People really like to hit below the belt and just try to fuck people up psychologically. And you know what that tells me? People who want to fuck people up psychologically, they try to trigger you, produce lies, about individuals. Those are people who are so broken and damaged. It's not even funny. And the only thing it does for me is that it lets me know that I'm not a broken and damaged individual. Because I ain't trying to hurt nobody like that. you know? But out here in these YouTube streets, there's a lot of broken and seriously damaged individuals that there are no depths to their depravities. And then those are usually the most popular individuals. Then think about it. The people who are depraved, the people who display mental illness at its finest, they get the most cash apps. They have a lot of members, a lot of subscribers. You know, people just gravitate to that shit. Now, I sit back and observe and watch from a particular standpoint of, you know, observing antisocial personality disorders and things like that. But it seems to me that most people really get off on that shit. I guess I get off on it in an entirely different way for entirely different reasons. I just have always been one to study, you know, personalities and personality disorders and things like that. You know, it's the field I'm in. But I'm also analyzing and observing those that participate in that shit. You know? But just understand, if you have accomplished some things in your life, you know, maybe you've been on your job for, you know, more than a decade, you know, you got a nice pension going on, or whatever it is that you have achieved, hold on to it. And I believe the intelligent subscribers, YouTubers, content creators, those who have good sense, they don't do shit to put their livelihood in jeopardy. They just don't. Which is why I was always surprised at Ghetto Intellect, because he had something to lose. Perhaps a lot to lose even. And, you know, he just handed over the power to a stranger on the internet to take that all away from him. Because people who don't have anything, people who don't have anything to lose, they go through hell and high water to make you lose what you have. And the Bible says, give no place for the devil. You don't give the devil any power, any room, any space, any ammunition to destroy something that you have built, something that you have worked hard for. And I see a lot of people giving a lot of power to these devils out here in these YouTube streets, disguised as content creators and subscribers and trolls. You know, Mike Millz got a real pretty BMW. And not that I can't have a BMW myself just as pretty. Just that, you know, BMW just ain't my thing. Nice car, pretty car, but when shit go wrong, it's hell of expensive. The maintenance on that, I could do without. But you know, have a nice car like that and drive 2.5 hours to have somebody like Lamar beat the shit out of you? I mean, couldn't you have thought of, I could have thought of 100 other things to do much better than driving 2.5 hours to go meet Lamar. I mean, you could have drove that distance and go look at one of these waterfalls that Georgia has. Could have went hunting, fishing, roller skating. You could have done so many other more constructive things other than burning all that gas. Have you seen the gas prices? You burn all that gas just to get knocked the fuck out, only to burn more gas going back home 2.5 hours away. And I don't even think it would have been worth all that gas in the drive if you did arrive there and knock him out. It still wouldn't have been worth it. Just stay your ass home. Don't you got a wife? Shouldn't you have been home fucking her instead of taking that long ass drive? And then you come home all beat up, head knotted up, eye fucked up, cut over your lip. And you think your wife gonna look at you and be like, "Ooh, yeah, baby, give it to me. Right now, right here." No! You come home like that, she don't want to give you no coochie. Number one, looking like that. And number two, you got knocked the fuck out and lost the fight. That doesn't make nobody's coochie hot. For no guy when you lose a fight like that. It's a turn off. Coochie dry up like the Sahara Desert. Mm-mm. But again, it could have been an ass whooping for all the shit you've done out here in these YouTube streets. Because you've done some foul shit down through the years. Especially to Jamila. Even if Jamila don't have sense enough to be ashamed and embarrassed with a twinge of anger at least. I'm ashamed and embarrassed for her. You just don't do people like that. And it seemed like the more she loved you, the more you wanted to hurt her. And you know, I can imagine getting knocked out like that and get your ass beat like that. You've had some time to think. You know? An ass whooping like that will definitely make you have a come to Jesus moment, won't it? It should. If it don't, something wrong with you. But I believe you've been having a little come to Jesus moment after that ass whooping. Maybe it woke you up where you're beginning to think that it's time for you to be a better man. Have some self-respect. And in turn, you can begin to respect other people. Maybe Lamar knocked some sophistication into your ass. It could happen. Hey, Armed Rebellion, how are you? It can happen. But something happened. I'm sure you've been thinking about a lot of different things concerning you. And some of that stuff ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. You've been taking some self inventory and perhaps assessing your behaviors. You know? And that's a good thing. Sometimes it takes a tragic moment of getting knocked out and walking backwards when you're trying to move forwards to kind of wake you up. You know, the Lord got a way of getting a hold of people when he get ready to, don't he? And if that knockout, that ass whooping is causing you to look and reach inside yourself and reach for a better man, then I think the knockout was worth it. Perhaps that 2.5 hour drive was really worth it after all. But yeah, if you're thinking about getting a lick back, leave it alone. You know, we win some and we lose some. And even in this situation, with you being knocked out, walking backwards while trying to move forward, it's plastered all over the internet, YouTube, whatever, you still can come out a winner. How? By what I just said. Taking some self-inventory. Come out of this situation as a better man. So what if it took Lamar's fist to get you there? Don't matter how you got there, as long as you're there. And you come out with a W. See how that works? So don't be an asshole and hold this L for the rest of your life. Turn this L into a W, and I just told you how. Come out of this situation a better man. That will make you a winner. Like I said, in the darkest situation, there's still a positive there. You just got to find it. Sometimes you got to work at it. And positivity is always worth working for. Don't you agree? So yeah, Mike, turn this L into a W. Fuck Lamar and his fist. It's all about you, dude. It's all about you. You ain't a loser, Mike. Work on yourself. Think some things over. Ask the Lord to forgive you. And at the end of the day, you will be a winner. All right. That's my little spiel. Anybody else have any comments? Come in the chat. Say hello. Thank you, Armed Rebellion. Appreciate you. Thank you, City Boy. Appreciate you as well. Let me know. Did I make any sense? Am I just talking YouTube bullshit? That what I say is really not a reality and it's impossible and I'm not living in the real world? What do you think? What are your thoughts? That's what I want to know. I'm just curious because you're not going to change my mind. Mike is probably working on becoming a winner. I'm back. Let me see how can I do this. Hey, I made it back. Sorry. My battery died. I didn't know it was so low. Is that Cliff? Hey, CJ. How you doing? SC back. I don't think he will ever be seen again. He probably lurks, but won't make any more videos. I think he will make videos. He just needs some time. He's doing some soul searching. Let him have his moment. Well, hello, Des. Let him have his moment. He's doing some soul searching. And that's a good thing. But I as you could tell if you haven't already, I feel for Mike Millz. Because, as a man, I can imagine his ego is just like bruised to no not one. On so many levels, for so many different reasons, And let's count up the cost. Driving 2.5 hours, dressed nice, in a nice Beamer, you got a Rolex watch on, only to get beat down by Lamar. And you got to drive after being knocked out 2.5 hours back home, aching, face feeling like you got 3 heads, lumped, cut above your lip, probably still can't see straight. Then you got to deal with the video of you being knocked out. And then, surprisingly, probably, most likely to him, the video of the aftermath with him sitting in his car. I still don't know how somebody got that video. So you got to deal with that. And you got to deal with, coming home to your wife fucked up like that. He needs a moment. But I have faith he's going to dust himself off and come back to YouTube and make videos and just be a better man. And, of course, these YouTubers and the trolls are never going to let him forget that he got knocked out by Lamar. But there's ways around it. And like I said, everything doesn't require a response. So if he comes back and he's doing videos and he goes live and looks in the chat, you got knocked the fuck out by a bum. Just block him. Keep going on with your content. This too shall pass. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This too shall pass. Yes, we all can do some self-evaluation, Des. Oh, you already know you're going to troll him, huh? Who knows? Maybe that ass whooping had nothing to do with the shit you did to Jamila. Maybe it had everything to do with what you said about my deceased parents. I can't even remember what you said. All I can remember is that whatever you did say, it was pretty fucked up and bad for no reason. You know? But hey, I forgive you. I forgave you then. I forgave you so much I can't even remember what you said. I just know it was really fucked up and bad. And I know the reason why I forgave you so quickly is because you still had your mama and your grandmama. And I knew one day, God forbid, and God willing that you would live long enough, that they would leave one day. And it would probably click for you. And I never wanted you to know that pain of, losing your mother. Let me ask y'all in the chat. Those of you who have grown up with both of your parents and both of your parents have gone on, those of you who loved your parents, isn't it true that the loss of your mother hurt the most, more than anybody else in this world? Like I said, you can lose an aunt. I've lost a sibling. You could lose a pet. You could lose your father. But it's something about when you lose your mother. It's just different. And I really can't explain it. It's just really different. And shoot, I don't want nobody to go through that. It's a horrible feeling that just lingers on, never really goes away. And that's because, your mother was that lifeline for you. You came through her. And I think that has a lot to do with why it's just different. I've never, well, I did, well, whatever. I don't know what it's like to have a child for years and then lose that child. I imagine, well, according to my mother, that was really painful to say the least, because she's had that experience. And you'll hear mothers that have lost children, they'll always say there's no other pain in this world like it. And the antithesis to that is, when you lose your mother, there's no other pain like it. So I knew instantly when Mike had said whatever he said, I knew that was spoken out of sheer, complete ignorance. I knew he just did not know what he said or what he did. And I know I made a video response to his comments. And I told him, I ain't got nothing to say to that. Because one day you're going to be standing in my shoes. And I don't wish it on you. But you'll understand when that time comes for you. And it's coming. Might not be today or tomorrow or next year, but that day is coming. If the Lord bless you with life long enough. So, I'm a firm believer that the Lord chastised you through the fists of Lamar. And you know, the Lord chastises those that he loves. He really does. I'm going to be honest. I'm really going to troll him. He said karma delivers more packages than Amazon. When you've gone back and forth with a person for years, a person who you view as beneath you, and then you meet up with that person and get embarrassed, how do you come back from that? Have you listened to the beginning of this video? Well, not so much the very beginning. You come back from that by being a winner. I'll recap it. How can Mike become a winner out of all of this? By doing some self-inventory and becoming a better man. That will dissolve that L completely, like acid. That's how you come back from that. James, how are you? Life lessons, Des. Yeah, that's how you come back from that. You can come back from anything, even death. Hey, Kevin. Maybe he will. Like I said, I have nothing against nobody. Even Kevin Smith, he did some foul shit to me. I don't hold it against him. You know, I think it was wrong. I didn't like it. I don't think when he did what he did, Kevin Smith, I don't think he realized the danger he was really putting me in. I think if he really thought about it, he probably wouldn't have did it. I just believe that about Kevin. So that's why, I don't hold it against him. The other person, on the other hand, that person was just trying to hurt me. Why? I ain't do nothing to hurt him. Okay, Kevin, you didn't do anything. No, I'm talking about you going in Jamila's chat when she was obsessed with that boy and telling lies that I've been visiting that boy in prison and sending him money and going out with that boy. And then you put my full name and address and phone number in her chat over and over again. That's what I'm talking about, Kevin. That ain't a joke. That was nothing funny. Because Jamila was batshit crazy. Who's dead? Who's dead? Beasley? Not yet, Grasshopper. Not yet. Not yet, Grasshopper. He ain't dead yet. When he is, I'll be the first to let you all know. He probably listening now. In fact, he was in my chat earlier. You know what he does? He faked his death. How did he fake his death? Beasley is not dead. Almost every time I go live, trust me, he's around. And he was in this live stream at the very beginning. He makes comments on some of my videos. I know it's him. You want to know how I know? Because nobody comes at me but Beasley. Trolls really don't bother me. Now, with the exception of me talking about Sinful the P, That's something different. But other than that, any other video I do, trolls don't bother me. There's only one person in these YouTube streets who fucks with me because they're obsessed. And that's that fat, stinking, slobby white man. You gonna cook me a gourmet meal? Really, Kevin? I think that would be nice. I would love to share a gourmet meal with you, Kevin. I really would. Look, BZ is probably on Blog Talk Radio with them white people he was hanging out, like he was hanging out with before he came to YouTube. He's not dead. He does the same shit and he thinks I don't know it's him. Yeah, most shit don't bother me, Kevin. I promise you it doesn't. You know, you can crack jokes, you can say what you want to say, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Runs off me like water on a duck's back. But when you start putting me in a position to get hurt, I don't like that. Because I don't do that to people. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Never did. As all these years you've known me, y'all ain't never seen me go out of my way to deliberately hurt somebody for no reason. And if you did see me go there, one of the very few times, you know I was pushed to that point. But just for me to just go out and fuck with people's lives and try to get them fired and all of that, I don't do that. Because I don't want nobody doing that to me. Old people love the way I cook. And Beasley is not dead. Yet. He on his way though. But not yet. Listen, will y'all trust me and trust the process? Will y'all please understand? I am a funeral director's daughter. I grew up living over our funeral home. I've worked with countless bodies, listened to countless funerals. I was born into the business. Believe me when I tell you, I know when someone's dead. Y'all got that? Okay. Oh, isn't that nice between Armed and Des Lunick? Old people love the way I cook. I'm going to drive to Alabama just so you could cook me a gourmet meal, Kevin. Don't get it twisted. We ain't fucking. I'm just coming over to have a gourmet meal. Okay? Now, that's what you said. And I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to hold you to it. You ain't nothing but 2 hours, 2.5 hours away. That's what Mike should have done. Drove 2.5 hours for a gourmet meal instead of an ass whooping. Maybe I'll meet your gay uncle. You want to come and cook me a gourmet meal in my kitchen? You know, I have to think about that. I guess I can make that happen. I got a thing about YouTubers coming over to your house. But I might make an exception for you, Kevin. Only because when people come to my house, first thing they want to do is cook. For some reason, everybody's enamored with my kitchen. Oh, it's 4 hours? Oh, okay. I guess it is. Hey, V-Dub. You can do that. But listen, I got to get ready because I got someplace to go. Yes, I do. But it's been a pleasure chatting with all of y'all. Somebody send Mike this video. So in parting, I'll say to Mike, regardless of what, Mike, I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about all of y'all. I've been knowing y'all for what? Excuse me. Like 11 years? And we done fought, we done argued, we done laughed together. You know, all that good shit. And it's almost like y'all are an extended part of my family. That's how I feel. You know, I don't wish no harm on none of y'all. If something happened to any of y'all, I would be hurt. Kevin, Lamar, V-Dub, anyone. Except for you know who. You know, I'd feel it. Because we kind of know each other. Whether you want to believe it or admit it or not, you know, we're just one big dysfunctional family here on YouTube. But maybe it's just me and how I see things and how I feel. You know? So, yeah, so on that note, I'll just end it with, I care about y'all. Y'all are my YouTube friends. Although we've never met in person, doesn't mean I don't care about you. All right? And when I say peace and I love you, I mean that from my heart. So peace and I love you. I'm out.